Welcome back. This is my second take of this video because I don't know what happened to my first take, but it went wonky and I've done all sorts of work and it didn't tape. I know it happens to a lot of people. It's a pain in the patootie. Anywho, and I also made a mistake in my first video with my hinge, so I'm hoping that I have corrected that on my first video. Instead of having 1/4 inch hinge, I've got 1/2 inch hinge with the 1/4 inch gully. So that was just not working. So it's a good thing that my video wasn't taping. So let's have a look at this page 2. I think this is page 4. Goes that way. Goes that way. Is that page 4? I don't know. Yeah. No, it's not. It's page 3. 1. That's page 1. Page 4. I made a monumental mistake on page 4, which I have fixed. So I'm going to put them in. I'm sorry that it didn't tape all of these. This is just annoying. So page 4. Let me first tell you the measurements of my pages, okay? So it comes in 2 parts. One part is 6 7/8. 6 7/8. And then you want the second part with the wrap around to close it to be 1/2 inch there and 1/2 inch here. So you want that to be 7 15/16. And that gives you that extra 1/16 of an inch for the fold. Okay, so all the base pages are that, and I've got 4 pages. All the base pages are that way, and what you do is see if I can find one that's they're all done. They're all my mistake. What a terrible mistake. I should have kept my eye on the recording. Anywho, you get your smaller, your larger piece, and you score 1/2 inch on one side, flip it round and score 1/2 inch on the other side, and then fold them in. Fold the score line in, and then you can sit your smaller piece inside the folds, or if you fold your flaps in, you can glue the smaller piece to the top of that. That way you don't have what I've unfortunately got here. Where are we? I have that where the larger piece I folded over the smaller piece and glued it. So for a neater finish, put your flaps in, put the glue down, and ease the smaller piece on top of that. Okay, and let's go with page 4. So I did that, And there is my page here. Then I cut a piece of cardstock 5 3/8 by 6 1/2, and on the 6 1/2 side up the top I scored down at 1/2 inch. Fold that in and then glue that to the top of, oh, that's also got another one. Yeah, score it at 1/2 inch and then move over another 1/8 inch and score again. So you've got that little bit of a gulch there. And glue the outer flap to the top of the page. And just make sure it's straight as you glue it, and make sure this 1/8 inch little gap is on this side. And then fit your mats to whatever border you want around them. Then I've got a pocket here which I cut to 6 3/8 by 3 5/8, but you cut your pocket to whatever you want. And then I scored down both sides and across the bottom. So, and across where the corners are at the bottom, just cut along to take out that corner piece. Fold them in and glue them in place. And then fit your mats. Measure and fit your mats. Now this part was, I'm adding my 1/2 inch fold, by the way, to this measurement. This was 5 inches by 6 5/8, and I scored at 1/2 inch, and I popped it inside, inside the page there. I glued it to one side of it. Now I can have, once I add this to my album, I can have this as a pocket, or I can glue it shut. I will probably glue it shut. So that will go, that goes to the back. So that is that actual first page. And I've got magnets. I put magnets there and there to close this piece. And this one doesn't seem to need a magnet, so I've not bothered with that. So now we are going to put our 4th page in. And what I forgot to do, and I always forget to do it, look, there's just no excuse, I always forget to do it, is miter these corners just about 1/8 inch on this, so that it's easier to place the actual page pocket on both sides. I can't believe I forget to do this every single time. It's much easier to do it once before you put the spine in. Okay, the measurements for the spine are a piece of black cardstock at 5 3/4, 5 3/4 across by 6 11/16 down. That gives me, that 11/16 gives me some room here and here for the edge of the page. So you've got plenty of room there. Okay, and then you're going to score at, I don't know if you want to make a note of this or what. I'm not sure about putting notes across my screen. 1/2 inch, then 1 inch, then 1 1/2, then 1 3/4, then 2 1/4, 2 3/4, and 3, then 3 1/2, 4 inches, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, and 5 1/4. So that'll give you the 1/2 inch either side plus 4 1/2 inch hinges with a 1/4 inch gully in between. So I'm going to use tape and glue for this, and I think I'm going to use this tape here, this thickness. This is a 1/2 inch. So make sure I've got this upright, up the right way, front, and I'm doing number 4 first. So let's get a piece of tape. So I want to put this tape, I'll do it from the back side so I can see, halfway up. See, halfway up? Oops. That's about halfway. So let's stick that there. Then very carefully do some burnishing, just very carefully do some burnishing. Then remove the tape backing and you'll see you've got that. Oh, you could have done this before removing the backing. Sorry about that. How stupid. There, so you've got some tape on either side. Now we are going to put some glue in. And I'm going to keep the glue away from the bottom by about 1/8 inch. As close as I can get it to 1/8 inch. So you want just a little bit more than just that tape. Okay. Now let's grab the opening and fit the page over the opening. Okay. Now make sure that the sides are inside your cover, and also that they are straight with each other. And then let's do some burnishing. And that tape is going to act as a really good security. As long as you put the tape down, it's not going anywhere. Okay, and that lays down. So, there we go, beautiful. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is straight. Okay, now, page 3, which I don't think I've done anything with, so we can do it together. Great stuff. Okay, page 3, we have got page 3A, which you can see is the smaller piece. It just goes from there to there. And page 3B, which is the back of it, and that's a folded over piece, which folded over to here. As I said before, you can put it inside. So we need 2 pieces of decorative paper. I'm using about 1/8 of an inch border. So that's 5 3/8. Oh, and I do put a little arrow when I'm putting all these blank pages together. I put a little arrow to let me know that that's the place where it joins onto the backing, to the album. So this is 5 3/8 by 6 and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 sixteenths. 6 and 11 sixteenths. This probably is the standard size for the base, what do you call it, base page. So let's cut 2 of that. What can we go with? Let's go with this one. Okay, we want 5 3/8. By 6 and 11 16. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So that is right between 6 and 5/8 and 6 3/4. Right in the middle between them. Just make sure before I cut the other one. Quite 1/8 of an inch. I'm actually going to make this one 6 and 5/8 rather than 11 sixteenths or whatever it was. 6 and 5/8 for that one. It just did not seem right. It's still not good. I'm going to go just over 6 1/2. Oh shoot. How do you put this back in? Oh dear. Oopsie daisy. There maybe. There. Well, darn it. Or as Australians say, damn it. Let's not mince words here. Damn it. Ah, here we go. What did I say? Just over 6 1/2. Just a tad over 6 1/2. And I'm a bit concerned that that's not straight. Let's see what that does. It's 5 and 3/8. 5 3/8. It's not quite straight, is it? see what happens. No, there's something not straight about that. Something not straight. 5 3/8. That's alright, that side. And 5 3/8 there. Well, seems alright on the board. Okay. That's one. And we're going to do another one. Let's go with this 5 3/8. By 6 and it was a little over 6.5, wasn't it? That I changed my mind to. This blade is blunt. Yep, good. So let's put them in before we go any further. This is A. We'll put A in. You can use tape or just glue or both. I'm just using glue for the pages. Oops-a-daisy. I need a refill. Hey. I'm so not happy with this. Let's try and get that glue out of there. It over. Now, am I going to put magnets? Where am I going to put magnets? Ah, there's a magnet there. There's none on this side. Don't need a magnet. I don't think I need a magnet there. So we're just going to pop this on. I'm just going to fill up my little glue bottle. Okay. I couldn't get the top off that bottle, so I filled a new bottle. I would prefer to use double-sided adhesive sheets. It just works so well for me. You know, especially when you've got thinner paper, like, I mean, 160 GSM is not terribly thick. Not thin by any means, but it's not super thick. So, this one we've got to do 2 of. So I'm going to measure that to 5 3/4 long. 5 3/4 by 5 1/8. And I want 2. I wonder how big that is. It's a little bit bigger than this one, I think. I'll just measure the whole thing, 6. Measured roughly the same, so but I think I'm going to do them separately. 5 1/8 and 5 3/4. What have we got in there? That and pink. And let's look at this blue. 5 1/8. What did I say? 5 3/4, I think. Yep. 5 3/4. Just make sure. Always double check. Beautiful. So we'll do another one the same. Let's go with this. 5 1/8. And 5 3/4. I think we put that one inside. Looks good. Oops. And this one we have to take off the magnet backing. Bit of glue around there. think these are pretty much the same. 5 1/8 and 5 3/4. Yep, pretty much the same. So we need another 2. Let's see what we can have. See if we've got any yellow. What does that measure? So we can do it that way, or we can do it that way. Let's go that way. 5 1/8. Oops, by 5 3/4. Oops. Just making sure. One more. And what can we do? Let's see if we've got any more scraps that we can use. Not really. So what's this one? What's the length of this one? Ooh, too short. So I'm going to have to print out some more sheets of my paper. What's that colour? We'll go with this one. 5 1/8. And 5 3/4. Oops, got a bit of a problem there. I've got lots of scraps with this one. Lots of scraps. Plus I've got a pencil mark there. There you go. Okay, that looks good, and that is the where I'm putting it in the book. So let's go to the back. Now this piece needs to be 4 5/8. We need 2 of them. 4 5/8 by 6 3/16, I think. 6 3/16. I hate working with 16ths, but what choice does one have? Okay, we're going to go with the green. I've forgotten already. Seriously? 4 5/8. Unbelievable. 4 5/8. Just double checking. 6 3/16. 2, 3. So that goes between this 6 1/8 and 6 1/4. Okay. I am not happy with that edge. Maybe I'll have to just change my trimmer. Honestly, I've got a gazillion trimmers. Okay, that one works. Let's do the other one before I forget the measurements again. What can we do? So many. Nope. We've got enough here to do another smaller album. I'm going to have to print out some more, so I will just pause you for a sec while I print out some more papers. Okay, I've printed out some extra pages. It's upside down. Buddy. Upside down. Okay. So, what did I want? Okay, I've also cut these two little ones here. So let's may as well put these in while we're here. Oops, upside down. Okay, this little flap here has got an 1/8 of an inch little gusset there. I think I'm going to change over my cutter. didn't go down so well. It's better. There we go. Okay, now we had one here. Let's just get rid of this cutter. And I'm going to use the other one. Forgotten the measurement of that now. And of course I have. Four and 5/8. By 6 and 3/16. 6 and 3/16. It just jogged my memory. I knew that. Okay, let's hope this one's got a sharper blade. What are we going to have now? Oh, let's have this one. We haven't had this one for a while. What do we want? Should we go that way or that way? 4 and 5/8 by 6 and 3/16. We'll go. I'm going to go horizontal. Seriously? 4 and 5/8, Stella. 4 and quarter, 4 and 5/8. Oh, much sharper. Not the sharpest tool in the box, but much sharper. And then we've got 6 and 3/16. 6 and 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to make a whole heap of greeting cards. Out of my scrap papers. This dries really quick, so you've got to be on the ball. Okay, this is the opening. goes in that way. And I've already glued the other side, so it's a little bit awkward. So, let's get our tape. And run it along there, halfway up. Oopsie daisy. Just trim that. And fold it over. Much easier to do it while the backing's still there. Good burnish. Make sure it's really stuck. And there we go. Lovely. Some glue. Don't go right to the edge. I've said that before. On the inside edge, you can go right to the outside edge if you like. Easy peasy. Oops. Heavens above. Good burnish. That tape and that glue working. And this side as well. And I hope I've put it on the right way. Up, down, across, open, open. Yeah. Good one. Oh, I forgot to check. Oh, and I am, whoa, I forgot to check. Shoot. It's too late now, unfortunately. It's a little off by, oh, nearly 1/16 of an inch is off. Well, at number 2, okay, you probably don't need to see me do a lot of this, so we're going to go ahead and cover this off screen and come back. Okay, I've covered all of this page, and where's my, that's the way it goes into the album. So an opening there. Now this is where our floating photo mat goes. We just take off the backing. Oh, don't like that. try not to scrunch up the tape because it will show on the other side. Okay, I'm just going to put some glue around the magnets. That's it. And then let's just pop this one on the front. The right way up? Yep. Here we go. Put our little floaty in. Now we are going to pop it onto our album. Actually, take the floaty off for a minute, it's going to be a nuisance. Again, we're going to use the tape. Pop it behind there. Halfway up. Oops, got dropsy. Got drop. And fold over. Give it a good burnish. If you don't burnish, it's not going to grab the fibres of the paper. It's a very important part, burnishing. Okay. Now we are going to take off the backing. And we're going to put some glue in there. Not down near the fold. I know I keep saying that. As much as reminding myself as you. Okay, good-o. Make sure we're in the right direction. Okay, now this time I am going to make sure that I am straight, level at the sides with that one, not the one I messed up in between. Just open that and get in there and burnish that hinge down. And this side as well. Okay, let's put the tape on for this one. Page 1, I think I have pretty much done all of page 1. I'll check that out. Halfway, oh, come on. Halfway. That's it. And fold it over. I burnish it until my fingers hurt, honestly. Right, that's all set up. Page number 1 is, there's the opening there. Page number 1 is very simple. Pocket on the back, no additionals. I might add some additionals, but I'm gonna, yeah, I might. Because I haven't closed off my pages yet, if you know what I mean. The outside edges. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. There was a way to fix that one that is slightly off, but there isn't, without totally messing up the whole thing, and I really don't want to do that. Okay, burnish away on that side of it, and on this side. Okay. And I could put another page in there to flap over here. Yes. And this one I'm not going to. This one I'm going to close off. So just some glue on one side at the top there. And I'm closing that off. Okay, this page, I've already closed the top, I think. Yep, already closed. Oops. Which way does that go? Magnet, there. Okay, and this one, I'm going to close. So keep them open until you put them on to the hinge, so that you can put your hand in both ends, and then you can close them. Okay. Let's have a look-see. Okay, now you can see that when you put them down, the pages are going to flop and this is going to sink in a bit. So we need to put a little block there so that that goes like that. So what I'm going to do there, just grab a piece of box board. And I'm going to cut it to, oh, I don't know, an inch maybe. I don't use my cutters for this. I think that's what blunts the blade. Actually, let's make it half an inch. And I want 2 of them, maybe 3. We'll go 3. 3, 1.5, 1.5. So let's join these together. Make sure they're pretty squared up. Okay. So this is what my my opening page is going to rest on. So if I've got that there, let's just clip it here. If I can clip it, no, I'll just hold it. So that will go onto there, and that can close. So first up we are going to cover it, and I've got plenty of paper to cover it, and since we had pink there, we'll go with this pink piece. There we go. Sorry, I don't think you saw that. Did you see me cut them? Oh my goodness. I cut 3 pieces. And then I've popped it in the middle of this piece of paper. I'm just going to cut a little bit away from the edge. Oh, a bit too much there. A bit too much, Stella. Oh shoot, it's too much. That's the wrong piece. There we go. I forgot how thick it was. So let's cut it again, but this time we're going to leave plenty of room between each one, between that and the paper. So I've got 3 thicknesses there, so we need plenty of room to tuck in. Okay. Tuck that side in, and tuck that in, and tuck that in. And this one. Tuck them in. Okay, I am going to put a piece of tape on the back as well as using the glue. Okay, now we have to figure out where it sits. So I would stand it up, make sure it is straight, fold that down. Now I can see and that's where it needs to go. I'm just pulling that in. Let me just put you in camera a bit more. Okay. That's it, open. Open that, and I'm leaving that as firmly in place as I can. I'm pushing this down, holding it firmly, so this is where it needs to go. And as luck would have it, it's just in line with that cardstock, just a little bit over. So we're good. We are good. It's a little bit over. So before I stick it completely down, let's try it. Let's try it. Where are you? It fell. Yes, yes, yes. It was in the right place. Okay. Just stick that down. It should stick quite firmly because we've got tape and glue. Now, that'll sit like that. Beautiful. That sits nicely. Or does it? No, it needs to be thicker actually. It needs to be thicker. So more than 3 pieces. Oh yeah. So So I'd go 6 pieces, because that is not sitting on there when it closes, it slips. Anywho, not going to worry about that just now. What we are going to do is put our pieces on here. This is the outside of it. One goes in the middle of that. So what I'm going to do on the front here is, oh, hang on a sec. Here, I forgot our waterfall. It goes in there. So I am actually going to tape all of this. Too lazy to cut. Shocking, shocking. Okay, let's take all the tape off. And add some glue. I'll center it as best I can in there. Yeah, sweet little flowers. I probably will print out some more of my little flowers. Okay, now, oh, I also forgot something else. Gee whiz, my little pocket for here. So involved with doing the pages, I forgot all the other goodies. So we're just going to put some glue on this pocket. I'm not quite sure when I made this pocket, whether it's the first video or this one. Okay, yeah, just going to center that bottom there, center that in there, and center that piece, and up, come on, up there. And that will be filled with some photo mats and or journaling pieces. So that fits lovely. So on the front here, we're going to do a little shaker. That's got to be fixed. It's not high enough. Yeah. Okay. So my shaker piece is going only on this side, and then I will probably put some flowers on here and some flowers down the bottom perhaps, so it's not going to be centered. So the measurement for this is, that is 4 and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 4 and 11/16. So 4 and 11/16 by 6 3/4. So you've got that rectangle. Now you want to go onto your scoreboard and you want to score right from the top. Pretend I've still got that bit there. 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1 inch. Turn it round. 1/4 inch all the way from the top. 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1 inch. Turn it round. The same again, and then the same again. Then on the long sides, these sides, you're going to cut I'll do it from this side is better. You're going to cut all those 4 away, that corner completely away on both sides, and at the top and at the bottom. So that corner completely away. Oh, also, sorry, once you've done all your 1/4 inches, go to the top and the bottom, these pieces, and drew another 1/4 inch just down to the bottom of, just down to your last 1/4 inch here. So you're going 1/4 inch in, so you want 5 1/4 inches, but this 5th one only goes down to the last 1/4 inch there. Then, once you've cut off your square, that square, then you'll cut down to the second score, and then you'll diagonally cut to the 3rd score, and that's what you'll have. That's what you'll have. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, and then fold and crease all your edges, and your inner piece will now be probably about 2 and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2 and 11/16 by about 4 and 5/8. Okay, then I've cut a piece of acetate, which isn't actually acetate, it is, what do you call it? Laminate. I put laminate sheets through the laminator and got myself a piece of acetate, and it's just slightly smaller by a 1/16 of an inch than this size here. And then I've cut a piece of decorative paper, which I am going to glue into the center. So I'm going to do that first. Just put this one in. to fold the long sides. So we're going to put some glue on that first 1/4 inch. And we are going to turn that in and under. And just make sure it's all squared up. Get something in there to burnish it down. Just using my pokey. So that's what you've got. And make sure it is stuck down and it's standing straight. Do the same with the other side. Now hopefully it will cover my backing picture. Is that straight? Ooh, it's a bit on the lean, that one. Okay, now you'll see this top one. Once you tuck that in, you'll get this beautiful mitered corner. So again, we're going to put glue on this 1/4 inch here and tuck it under. And make sure it's straight. And unfortunately you can't stick something in there. A little bit of burnish down the bottom. Lovely, look at that, beautiful. Oh, and you can put a little bit of glue inside there. In fact, that's probably a wise thing to do. Put some glue in there. Otherwise it may move, so yeah. Just tuck some glue under there. And there we go again, all the way under. Oh, what's happening here? I think I need to trim just a little bit. Try it first before we glue it again. Yeah, I just needed that little bit of trim. I can see it. I cut it just above that score line instead of on the score line. Okay, back to the glue. And then we'll just pop some there and some there. And get it happening again. Come on, that's the way. That's it. Pull it together on the sides and here on the top. finishing won't hurt. It's a little bit stubborn, this one. Just a little bit stubborn. A bit more glue in there, dear. Okay, now I need to get my bits and bobs to put in there. While I search for them, I'll just put you on hold. Okay, I've got some little gold charms which I'm going to put in there. I'm just going to just lay them, and I've got a lot of sequins. Where's the opening for this? Now, I'm not normally a user of sequins. I want some pink. Oh, they're so tiny. So tiny. I'm going to have a little bit of purple. This is the only green they got. Green. What else? Purple, pink. We'll see what happens after we add some of these things here. We've got a red one. Don't want to put too much, but I certainly want it to be full. So we'll see what that does first. Oops. Shoot. Some gold. A bit more gold. Bronze. Why not? A little bit of bronze. Pink. And purple. That should be enough. Okay, I think that should be enough. Now, where is our little piece of acetate? Oh gosh. What do we do? Oh, there we are. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yep. gorgeous. So, I'm going to put some glue down here. Put the acetate on. Has that got enough glue? Probably not. Let's just put a little bit more in there. A bit more up here, I think. Possibly should have used tape. That's an option. Now we are going to put a border on. And let's just get these out of my way. The flowers I've chosen are these ones, which I have made, and I may add some more greenery to it. So I've got purple with green, so what colour should we put on here? Pink. What about pink? Perfect fit. So I am going to go the 1/4 inch, and if it comes over to the inside, that's okay. Getting to that time of day when I can't see a darn thing. I think that's a 1/4 inch. It's probably a little bit less than a 1/4 inch. It's not super accurate, that one, so I'm going to go with the ruler and the mat. That looks pretty good. So we want to go 2 this way. And 2 this way. I think I'll go with those hearts. Okay, that's that too, and that's this too. Okay, I'm going to start off by on one corner. I know they all need trimming. That's fine. Pop them together and just hold one corner, and with a small pair of scissors go from the center to the edge. So that's the top, and this one will be the bottom. And this is pretty much the exact same size. Bottom there. Okay, so that will go there. You can just pop that in now. Okay, this one is at the top, and then we're just going to cut it squared off. Just a little bit more, I think. And now this one will fit into here. Make sure it's all even, straight up. Excuse me. Square it up so that it's nice and neat. And then that one comes down and it pretty much fits the bottom. Just a little trim. So put these square ends together. Make sure they're straight. That's a bit off, that one. And trim. And this one should fit in there perfectly. It looks and feels perfect, but it's not quite. Just at a wrong angle there. So trim it carefully. And there we go. Oh my goodness, have a look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So, that is going there's only going to be a small amount of border around what I want, so like that much. So let's put some tape on. A bit of a burnish best I can. And some glue, especially on the edges. Oi! Make sure I've got the right orientation there. Now I just want it a 1/16 of an inch away from that edge there. There. That's where I want it. You're so sweet. Yeah, I've got to fix that. That's not right. It needs to be a bit higher. Yep, I'll fix that. Don't worry about that. So I will be using another 3 widths of this to make it a really nice big block. So in the meantime, I think let's just have a look at my flowers. Handmade flowers. I think, yeah, we'll have that there. And I'm actually going to put a bit of ribbon here. A bit of folded ribbon, so you can pull that up. Put that there. And we've got these. And some little ones. Can't remember which side they go. They go that way, I think. Or do they go that way? That way. So if I took that and that. Anywho, I'll work out my arrangement, because I am going to add a little bit more in the floral and possibly some lace. So this is it so far. I hope you'll hang around for the next one, which will be considerably shorter. Basically a walkthrough. Oh. Okay, I'm absolutely loving that shaker. Isn't it beautiful? Look at all those colours. There's gold charms in there. Absolutely loving it. Oops, unfortunately some of them have got stuck underneath there, but that's okay, that's okay. It's gorgeous. Okay, that's it for now, and I hope you've enjoyed it so far, and come back for more and see this one finished. I've had a lot of fun making this, and I do love the papers that I created. I love them. What I am going to do with the papers though, I'm going to also create landscape as well as the portrait in the designs, so that you don't have to use as much paper as I have. Because of the orientation of the hearts, I had to use the portrait. So I'm going to add another file to it with landscapes. Okie doke. I hope you liked it. If you did, please click like. I really appreciate it. If you want to comment, I always answer. I always answer. Okay, keep well and stay safe. Bye.